Alright, prior to the change that we've planned for Season 2, something we'll have more to say on later. Well, we talked about our plans for Season 2 in our previous video. There are some hero balances we would like to make sooner. As promised, we focus on tactical adjustments mean to bring current standards like Diva, Zarya, Genji, Sombra more in line with the rest of the roster. Oh, what the fuck. Okay, so this is nothing new, chat. We're gonna have Sombra nerfs, Genji nerfs, Zarya nerfs, Diva nerfs, Kiriko nerfs, Pog. This is very good for ball. Sombra nerfs, this is a big deal. Oh yeah, this is not a big deal, just like 0.15 seconds is not a big deal. Because the biggest problem with Sombra, in my opinion, is not the fact that it's not the hack, the duration of the hack itself, because it's only like 1.5 seconds, right? Or it's gonna be 1.5 seconds. It's more like, because this is kind of a lie. Do you know why this is kind of a lie and there's a debate? Because if Sombra hacks you while the grapple is on, the grapple gets cancelled. So the grapple goes on cooldown, goes on 6 seconds cooldown. So it's not like she's hacking you for 1.5 or 1.75 seconds. She's actually hacking you for 6 seconds because the ability goes on cooldown. Now, if the ability gets like refund 50% of his cooldown, that would be a different thing. That's the biggest problem with Sombra. Like, imagine someone with a big cooldown that gets cancelled, right? Imagine Mora. You hack Mora, you cancel the ability when she's Kamehaming, for example. Boom, that ability goes on cooldown. But yeah, this helps to play against Sombra for sure. I think the biggest nerf is this one. Yeah, hacked enemies are no longer valid targets for hacking for duration effect. Yeah, they tend to spam hack damage. Okay, no more spam damage. I mean, no more spam hack. Because I had Sombras that EMP me and then 2 seconds after they hack me. And they have like insane amount of duration. Hack damage multiplier reduced from 40 to 25. This is big. I think this is the biggest change. Like, this is almost half of the damage. That's big. That's gonna be really good to duo with the... Like, when you're taking those 1v1s on the flank with Sombra, that will help a lot with ball. So that's pretty nice. Hopefully today we can get GM1 with Wrecking Ball, chat. With Sombra's rework, she gained a lot more damage to help account for the reduced ability lockout during duration of the hack. It says to be too deadly for a flanker with the easy access to enemy backlines. And we've similarly had to adjust damage output for use like Tracer, Reaper, and now Genji. What? Oh, okay, so they did this in the past for characters like this. Hello, Ganyu, good morning. I saw your picture, is it bugged? She can also no longer channel hack on already hacked target as feedback indicator reduced cooldown combined with hacking from self-right too much frustrating for the many players. Essentially a per target cooldown that enables hack to keep its constant 4-second cooldown for potentially hacking multiple targets. Yeah, that is true. Open the graph. How do you open the graph in game? I can do that after, give me a second. Okay, this is good, chat. This is good. I think we're gonna see a little bit less... I think we're gonna see a little bit less Sombras. They're gonna be a little bit less annoying to deal with. Hey, as a ball main, thank you. Genji, maximum ammo reduced from 30 to 25. I don't really care about Genji. I don't know if this is gonna kill the character. I always believe that Genji should be okay. Like, I always believe that Genji should be broken, chat. Because he's really hard to play. But hey, maximum ammo reduced from 30 to 25. Shuriken damage reduced from 29 to 27. I mean, this is not big of a deal. Like, this is... So each Shuriken does 27 damage, does 2 less damage, right? So that's 6 less damage overall right click. Man, Genji is a hero that has greatly benefit from turning to a single time. Playing updates since he wasn't actively in the meta until launch, something also informed by our general performance to avoid preemptive adjustments when possible. We also saw that in early beta tests, other flanking heroes such as Tracer were also seriously more effective in Overwatch 2. These changes will bring Genji more in line with the other flanking damage heroes. Okay. The damage nerf is quite hard, is it? 2 damage per shuriken, that's 6 in total. Is that quite hard? Hello, Kid. Hello, Cause. Hello, Noodle. Tressa got shadow buffed. Yeah, and I think Ball did too. Ball main weapon. How is Genji a flanker? I mean, yeah, I think Genji, you want to be in front. I feel like a lot the Genjis that have value, in my opinion, are the ones that are like in the face of the enemy. Yeah, you can flank, but I feel like flanking with Genji, it's like a silver strat. I'm gonna go on the flank. I'm gonna pew pew. Like Tracer is the fucking flanker. Even Reaper can frontline but Genji, you have the deflect, right? So you want to deflect all that front damage. So you want to be frontlining, unless you have a dive tank or so. I heard it's a bug. Maybe, hopefully. We don't want them changing the stats secretly. They should buff other characters instead of nerfing. Why is that, you think? That's a good debate. Okay, Zarya, barrier duration. Okay, is this good for Ball? Yeah, any nerf to any other character is good for Ball. But Genji was never like a big threat for Ball, right? Now, like, this is gonna help him like in the 1v1, I guess. But Ball always win the 1v1 against Genji if you have good aim. That's all you need to do, good aim. And if you slam him, like, he's either dead or you need to escape, unless he gets peeled. Barrier duration reduced from 2.5 to 2 seconds. Okay. Barrier cooldown increased from 10 to 11. Okay, this is gonna affect a bit, quite big. I think this affects, like, for example, this is a big nerf than this one, in my opinion, right? Isn't it? I mean, ammo from 30 to 25, they can hurt the damage output too. That's for sure. I don't think this is that big. Maybe it is, but it doesn't feel like too big. It doesn't feel like too big, because like I don't think Genji is more like like Genji. I feel like a good Genji, it's the one that farms blade super fast and just kills the whole team with it. It's not like a guy that's just going on flex and gets 2 kills every fight. You know, I can be wrong. If they nerfed the blade, I would be worried. Alright, this is okay. Barrier duration reduced from, yeah, half a second, it's quite okay. And 1 more second on the cooldown. But she still has double bubble, so this might help a little bit. We'll see. I think she's still gonna be okay, but it might help, because it's just sometimes it's really, they're probably gonna explain this. It's really frustrating dealing with the Zarya that knows how to save bubbles while she's high charge. Because she just feels unkillable. How many Zaryas were so low HP, but you couldn't finish her up because of the bubbles? I think it's gonna help, because I felt like the duration of the bubble was always a lot, even if you're not doing damage. Death comment: early players' sentiment predicted Zarya is one of the weakest solo tanks in 5v3 or high damage potential, barrier up to be extremely effective. For opponents, feedback has indicated this can feel as tough. Zarya has very limited windows of vulnerability. True, this is true. Like before, when she had 1 bubble, Zarya no bubble. You punish her, she dies, right? But now you see a bubble, and it's hard to. You can say, "Oh, Zarya no bubble," but she has another bubble, and then you commit, and then you get fucked because you commit. Does that make sense? Slightly more difficult to work to gain energy, and will provide them more time to. Yeah, I think this is a healthy change. Healthy change. You can't farm blade on tanks anymore because of the passive? Really? I mean, I wonder what's the difference. How different it is. You might be right on that. I mean, I know that tanks give less ulti charge, but they still give ulti charge. But I do believe that in Overwatch 2, you don't want to focus tanks, no matter what. High as Ball, I bet I just ignore the tanks most of the time. Unless, like, it's a Zarya high charge, half HP with no bubbles. If they buff other tanks, would Zarya still be a must pick? We don't know. We don't know. I think you gotta see it from the reason why they nerf something instead of buffing any other character. It's because it's easier. It's more practical. Like, do you want to affect Do you want to change one character and then affect all the others? Or do you want to change all the other characters so you affect one? Does that make sense? Zarya's OP, let me buff any other tank. You see, there is more to do when you try to change any other tank when the tank is strong. Besides, you're gonna make every tank strong. You know, you gotta, when you nerf the thing that is strong, you're attacking the problem directly. When you buff other tanks to make the character that is strong less strong, you're affecting every other tank. Does that make sense? It's easier. It's more from like a practical point of view. Does that make sense? That I need to open Streamlabs labels. I don't know if that makes sense. Simple always better. Yeah, true. Like, no one wants their character nerfed. It makes them less fun. Buffing other characters will give them a better pick rate and balance the game. But you can also affect the pick rate by nerfing a tank. Like, if you nerf a tank, people that, I think you're looking on the perspective of a player that mains a character, which I understand. Like, if you main Mercy and she gets nerfed, of course you want every other character to be buffed so your character doesn't get touched because you are having fun. But I think that's a good point. The reason why they don't buff other tanks without changing the OP tanks, this case Zarya, it's because it's more practical to affect directly the character. Alright, Diva. A Fusion Canyon. Wait, that was Junkrat nerfs, right? I didn't saw those. Where are those? Diva. I think Diva is super strong. You also don't want to go direction of power creep by only buffing. True. Diva. Fusion Canyon spread increase from 35 to 75. Okay. Boosters impact damage reduced from 25 to 15. Okay. I mean, I guess so. A small nerf. I don't think this is big though. Is this big? I think this is big. Like, I don't think her bigger, although she does quite damage. I feel like she's just so strong. Like, Diva will always be strong, I feel like. Just because how her kit works, it's so stupid. 2 lives, an amazing ultimate that resets life and zones, an ability that can hit like 75% of the ultimates in the game, and most of abilities in the game, amazing pill potential, as a boop, as mobility, as shotguns, doesn't need to reload, like as very good ulti charge from far away with the rockets, have one-shot potential. Diva is just so strong. Diva ended up feeling too deadly after last round. But such a high level play feedback prior is not effective enough before compared with ours. So this is a partial verb to stable ability judge. Okay, yeah, true. Hello, special guest. Kiriko, swift step invulnerability duration reduced from 0.5. What? That's a E, right? I mean, is this gonna do anything? Damn, that's half of the timing. This is half of the timing. Oh, that's her shift. Oh, that's her TP. This is her TP, right? Oh, this is her TP. So it's gonna make it harder for her to escape? Like, how many times did you die or did you not die because you used TP and that TP like dodge an ability, you know? How many times that happened? I don't think it's gonna affect much. I don't think so. Because you still have your E. Like, when you're fighting someone or someone dives you, the first thing you want to do is use your E, right? Or no, the first thing you want to do is use your TP. Actually, it might be your TP because then you can use your E on someone else too. No, this is the time of the invulnerability. It's not the time that it takes you to TP. Not so much to escape, more so to be punished for TPing into the fight. Oh, I mean, If I mean, if a Kiriko is TPing into the fight, she fucking sucks. Like, she has the range, bro. Like, I do understand that some Kiriko players, they go on the flank. They go like peel someone that is very low, that is over aggressive. I've seen that. But you should only do that TP when you have your E up. But yeah, okay. I guess. I feel like this is more a change just to shut up everyone that were saying she's OP. I feel like that's what this change is, chat. Okay, I touched Kiriko a little bit, just shut up now. That's what they should do with Sojourn. They should just like put a very poop nerf on her, like her weapon does like one less damage, and everyone just shut up. Alright, yes, let's go, she's nerfed. If I was the devs, I would just do that to fucking like just shut up people. This invulnerability window is primarily intended to help avoid instantly dying to someone unseen. Wait, what? This invulnerability window is primarily intended to help avoid instantly dying to something unseen after teleporting through walls. But it ended up being a little too long and led to some confusion when shooting at Kiriko. Oh, because like the animation and so, like she stays like a little bit invisible, it looks weird. I don't know. Okay, these are the changes, by the way. But this is not the one that I wanted to check. I think there is a new patch. Either way, let's queue up. That was it. What do you guys think about the changes?